Okay, now we're going to go through the pull-up. Now, a pull-up for a lot of people is very, very challenging. It can be very challenging to transition from doing lat pull-downs and activities like that to doing pull-down activities to doing a full pull-up, because it's very much dependent on your strength to weight ratio. So there's a couple of really key things you have to be able to do that we'll talk about now, and I'm going to give you a couple of tricks on really accelerating your progress to make sure that you're getting stronger and stronger at this as fast as possible. So the first thing, and this is what we talk about with pull-down activities, is you have to really anchor the foundation of movement for your shoulder. So before you attempt doing a pull-up or anything like that, especially if you know it's going to be challenging, but even for those of you that have done lots of them, to have the correct movement, especially if you've done it wrong for a long period of time, it can take a while to correct this. So what we want is to see a nice long neckline and your shoulders down. The first thing that needs to be active before you do anything is all of this framework back here is pulling your shoulder down and keeping this long. The thing that we see very, very often is as soon as you start lifting yourself, the shoulders are up like this because of the extreme amount of weight. It's very demanding on your body, and it can be difficult while you're in the air to correct this. Okay, but this is what you have to do for your pull-ups. Even if it makes it more challenging, the reward payoff will be much, much bigger when you get through this. So what you can do to test yourself out is draw your shoulders down and just slowly take the weight off of your feet and train yourself to just hang there with your shoulders down. That's good there. With your shoulders down, and really just develop the strength there. Okay? Once you're comfortable with that, then you can start to try and pull yourself up. So keeping your shoulders down. Now, one of the tricks that I teach just before you go anywhere is a lot of people, when they do pull down activities or extremely difficult activities like this, trying to pull yourself up, the first thing that happens is they look down. When you look down, it collapses your chest, it brings your shoulders forward, and it puts your shoulders in that position to develop tendonitis and stuff like that, and it makes it very difficult to keep your shoulders down. So the first thing when you're doing extreme activities like this is look up. Look where you're going, okay? And don't be afraid to sort of lay yourself back a little bit during these activities. Don't try and get your chin over the bar and then hug onto the bar. Bring the bar to the nape of your neck, so the top of your chest, okay? So once you're hanging from here, you can get all the weight off your feet, you're comfortable with this, then you slowly try and pull yourself up with your shoulders down and get yourself into that position there, okay? So, and you draw your shoulders down and really lower yourself under control. So if you notice, she hopped a little bit to get up there, and that's okay. If it's difficult for you to just slowly pull yourself up because you're just developing the strength, that's perfectly fine. Matter of fact, you're going to gain a lot more strength quicker if you're doing just what we call the negative part of the exercise. So as long as you can stabilize your shoulders, what you can do is you can do as many repetitions as you can just pulling yourself up, and then you hop up and slowly lower yourself down for the rest of the repetitions. So just hold there for a second. So let's say we want you to do, or you want to do 6 to 10 repetitions, something like that. You get the first 3 done really well. You attempt the 4th. You really just can't do the 4th. And for that matter, if you did 1 and the first one you didn't go very well. So what you'll do from there is have a platform that you can just hop off so that you can get yourself all the way to the full height with your shoulders down, and then do the rest of the repetitions, as many as you can, where you're lowering yourself slowly. So go ahead. So you'll just hop up, really look up, hop up, get those shoulders down, and slowly lower yourself down, and do as many of those as you can. So if that gets you from 2 up to 6 or 8 repetitions, and then keep building yourself like that, what you're going to notice over time is the amount of repetitions that you can do at the beginning, the 2 will turn to 3, 4, 5, and the negatives start to taper off, and eventually over time you'll be able to do as many of these pull-ups as you're trying to get to. Okay, so keep working on that, and don't forget about this framework here. This is the most important thing to protect your shoulders and really to develop some solid, useful strength in this movement here. Okay?